It's barely a month into 2026, and the year isn't even warmed up yet, but the content keeps stacking up non-stop. Dame Dash just popped out with a fresh video, and yeah, he was face-to-face with Camron on set during Cam's own show, Talk with Flea. The episode aired with love going out to Sin City and Larry, and the convo quickly shifted to Dame Dash's business moves. Now, when people say Dame Dash's business, they're talking about his movie Honor Up, which Camron claimed was sold for just $100 allegedly. That statement lit the match, because Dame Dash came right back, waving paperwork and pushing back hard, saying that story wasn't true at all. On top of that, Dame also took shots at Cam, bringing up claims that Cam got punched and didn't respond, which only turned the heat up more. At this point, it feels like the tension between Camron and Dame Dash just refuses to cool off. Rain, snow, sunshine, it doesn't matter. These two keep throwing verbal jabs whenever the chance pops up. On a recent episode of Talk with Flea, sponsored by Revolt, Cam went up there and finally spoke his mind about the situation, and things instantly got loud. Yeah, Cam spoke on the Honor Up movie again, and he didn't hold back at all. He straight up said the film sold for $100 allegedly, and that line alone had people talking instantly.
Honor Up movie being sold for $100.
Well, I mean, I guess,
Yo, y'all niggas wild.
Sin City and Larry were right there on Talk with Flea, so make sure you check that episode out, because they circled right back to the Dame Dash situation once more.
Actually, to be honest with you, Sin, I was told that they really made a 50-cent offer.
2 quarters?
Yeah, like 2 quarters. That was the original opening offer, and then somebody...
Now, everybody already knows how Dame Dash reacts when someone talks about his so-called business, especially if that person was once considered a friend.
Graciously upped it to $100. That was the original opening offer, and then somebody graciously upped it to $100.
Sin is asking the question about the movie Honor Up that Damon Dash starred in, I starred in, Murder Mook, Daniel, Stacey Dash, few other people, and
That's just how it goes, and history keeps proving it.
Kanye executive produced it. There was a recent auction to where they were auctioning off some of his stuff, the federal government and some other people. It was one offer for 50 cents. And somebody said, come on, man, I'll buy it for $100.50.
Right.
They said, sold.
That's a whole movie. I'm confused.
I get what you're saying. You're saying, logically, even if it's the worst movie in the world, I don't care what it is. It could be just a nigga taking a shit. Because of the names attached to this movie, it should sell for way more than $100.50. That's what you're saying, Sin. But it didn't. Now what?
I'm about to play the clip with Camron, Sin City, and Larry, because you gotta understand this whole thing is a timeline, not a random moment. All of 2025 felt like one long movie, and now we're in 2026, and the drama is still rolling like nothing changed. Pay close attention to what Camron said about Dame Dash's movie being sold for $100, allegedly, because it gets spicy fast. Right from the jump, they start clowning Dame, no warm-up at all. The wild part is that movie had Camron and a stacked cast, names people say are worth way more than 50 cents, which is why this whole claim hit so hard. I'm gonna keep it honest. You can clearly see they're clowning Dame Dash over money trouble, and that's what people are reacting to right now. For years, there's been talk about Dame dealing with financial pressure, with reports saying he even filed for bankruptcy at one point, though it looks like he's trying to get back on his feet lately. Still, Camron is not easing up at all, and the jokes keep flying non-stop.
I mean, I read Dusko Strikes. You know, we'll talk about that later. But it's come to my attention that, you know, I'm not going to say allegedly, that the lawyer Chris Brown has been soliciting that Poppington owns Honor Up. And that's the furthest from the truth. Poppington does not own Honor Up. And you could read, I'll send you the exact email that I sent Chris Brown, but I'm putting you on alert that stop acting like you own or Poppington owns Honor Up. It does not, and you might want to read your copyright law and really see, or whatever else you think, for whatever reason. So if guys like Fredo are running around saying,
And that's where things get messy, because Dame Dash isn't staying quiet either. He's been saying Camron is basically acting like 50 Cent's puppet.
sold my company for $100, you stupid. But of course you want to tear down a black man, someone that raised you, so that you can make them happy, a Queens nigga.
Claiming Cam is doing all this just to impress him. According to Dame, this whole situation feels like Cam is chasing approval, and that narrative alone poured gasoline on the situation. Now pay close attention, because Dame fires back heavy with his words, almost like a verbal punch. He even starts calling Camron Fredo, and that nickname wasn't random at all.
We're running around saying I sold my company for $100, you stupid. But of course you want to tear down a black man, someone that raised you, so that you can make them happy, a Queens nigga. And that makes you a clown to me. And fat ass Larry, you need to really stop talking about me. I wish you would stop. But what I want you to do, Larry and Sin, I want you to ask Cam why he did not swing back when he got Fredo, when he got punched in his face. I want y'all to ask him that. Why he addresses every other question, but we never talk about why, when a man punched you in the face with a fair one, you did not swing back, but you want to continue to tear other black men down, especially people from your hood, while Queens niggas is laughing at you.
A lot of people took that as a clear reference to Cam's long back and forth history with 50 Cent, which played out loudly throughout all of 2025. Dame is straight up saying Cam is moving this way just to impress 50, and that claim had the internet shook, because that's a wild accusation. Look, Dame Dash has been asking the same question ever since this beef kicked off back in early 2024, and he still hasn't let it go. He keeps bringing up that moment, questioning why someone wouldn't swing back if they got punched in the mouth. Now, I'm not here saying that story is 100% true, but we did recently watch the Jim Jones situation fall apart, and Camron has talked about similar tension before, just like Dame has. So I'm not about to sit here and say Dame Dash is lying, because the truth is, nobody outside of them really knows what went down. What can't be ignored though is Dame didn't stop talking, and you also can't erase what Dame Dash did for Camron early in the game, because that part is solid. Cam was already moving, already grinding.
Queens niggas little man, Fredo. And now you heard that man say, look, I'm on Harlem niggas head, and you a puppet. You got strings on your arms, Fredo. So stop talking about my business. I don't want people sending me those things. And Chris Brown, I know that you guys allegedly are obsessed with me, and that whatever you could do to get whatever rhythm that you can, allegedly. I just caught another lawsuit today, but we'll talk about that another time. But let me just say this.
So Dame is still catching lawsuits?
But when he got locked into a bad deal, Dame was the one who helped him get out of it.
Stop soliciting and telling people that Poppington owns Honor Up. They do not. And do not send nothing to interfere with my business. You guys are obsessed with me. Pause. It's gay. Allegedly. All of y'all. And Cam's. Fredo. Larry. Get healthy. Sin. Ask your man why he let somebody punch him in his face. And that's all I got to say. I don't promote any violence. It was a long time ago. But I just want that question answered. I don't want to hear about nothing else. Don't talk about nobody until you answer and tell us why, as a man, you let another man punch you in the face to the extent that no one helped you because you did not help yourself. What kind of man are you? The kind of man that tries to tear down another black man, especially his OG. You a clown, Fredo.
And that matters. Now it's clearly not friendly anymore, because Dame kept going and made that clear loud and clear. He doubled back on the punching story and kept pressing the issue, making sure everybody heard it again. On top of all that, Dame is still dealing with legal pressure, with reports saying he's facing multiple lawsuits back to back, allegedly involving a lawyer named Chris Brown. The situation keeps stacking up and the tension just keeps getting heavier. You know what's really about to get wild in 2026, because the year already started crazy like this. At some point, somebody else might pop out saying, "I was there." Or even the person who allegedly threw that punch could speak up. Nobody knows how this is going to play out, but one thing is clear. Dame Dash is firing back again, and he's not moving quiet at all. At the same time, everyone's got to be careful here, because people didn't forget that Dame was suing for hundreds of millions over defamation just last year. That part is real, and it shows how serious he takes his name and his business. Dame looks like he's trying to stay in a solid place right now, but somehow his name keeps getting pulled back into the mix, whether he wants it or not. And let's be honest, the content keeps rolling, because Dame didn't just talk. He dropped paperwork for people to see with their own eyes. He even sent out a formal letter putting certain parties on notice regarding Honor Up, demanding that any alleged misrepresentation, licensing moves, or interference stop immediately. He laid out claims tied to copyright, ownership, and record facts, and that right there shows this situation is turning legal, not just loud. Now here's where things turn serious, because the paperwork gets real loud right here. The motion picture Honor Up is listed under United States copyright registration, and according to the documents, Dame Dash is named as the author and copyright claimant. That registration, according to what's being shown, exists independently from any company tied to the situation, which is a major point. Based on what Dame is presenting, any claim that Honor Up was sold or that ownership was transferred through a sale is being called incorrect. From how this reads, Dame is saying he never sold the movie and that he still owns and controls the project. Is that exactly how it played out? Nobody can say for sure, but the paperwork is definitely speaking loud right now. The documents go even further with a clear cease and desist message. It directs certain parties to immediately stop claiming ownership, control, or authority over Honor Up, and to stop negotiating licenses, distribution deals, or contacting networks, platforms, or distributors. It also warns against interfering with any business discussions tied to the film, which shows Dame is drawing a hard line. So when Dame drops proof like this, it looks like he's trying to show he's still running things. And now people are connecting this to everything happening around Paid in Full, wondering if this is why Dame keeps hinting that someone else is pulling strings behind Camron. That connection alone has the internet talking heavy. We already know Dame Dash was behind the Paid in Full movie, and now 50 Cent is stepping in to make a series off it. So the real question is, where does this all go in 2026? Because it's already looking loud, messy, and way too public, and the year just started. This situation feels like it's only warming up, and it's already looking nasty out here. Everybody keeps asking the same thing about Camron, who allegedly put hands on you, and why is this even still a topic? Is that person ever gonna come forward, or is this just gonna stay internet talk? People are watching closely, especially after what just happened with Jim Jones, where footage suddenly popped up and changed the whole conversation. This back and forth between Cam and Dame Dash feels like it's going in circles. They keep mentioning each other, shots keep flying, and nothing ever really gets resolved. A lot of people just want to see Harlem stop tearing itself apart and get back to unity, because this energy ain't leading nowhere good. Now Dame is saying Cam got touched and didn't react. Cam is deep in business moves and folks are split on who to believe. So I need y'all in the comments right now. Whose side are you on? And should these guys even still be speaking on each other at this point? Make sure you like this video, share it, and comment your thoughts to keep the convo alive. Hit that hype this video button to help it grow. Subscribe to Dripzine. Turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next, and thank you for rocking with the channel. More heat is definitely coming.
Harry and Sin, I want you to ask Cam why he did not swing back when he got Alfredo, when he got punched in his face. I want y'all to ask him that. Why he addresses every other question, but we never talk about why when a man punched you in the face with a fair one, You did not swing back, but you want to continue to tear other black men down, especially people from your hood, while Queens niggas is laughing at you. And Cams, Fredo, Larry, get healthy. Sin, ask your man why he let somebody punch him in his face. And that's all I got to say. I don't promote any violence. It was a long time ago, but I just want that question answered. I don't want to hear about nothing else. Don't talk about nobody until you answer and tell us why, as a man, you let another man punch you in the face to the extent that no one helped you because you did not help yourself. What kind of man are you? The kind of man that tries to tear down another black man?